Hey, what's up, everybody?
What up? My name is Gabe,
My name's Hannah.
and we hope you're ready to ramble with us. Hannah, confrontations are pretty whack, are they not?
Yeah, they are uncomfortable situations. So,
Yeah, and I think we sort of wanted to discuss today, sort of like how we handle conflicts, confrontations. I guess sort of in the more day to day ish type things
hmm
and our experiences with them. So I will say right now, I'm definitely like I think like most people, I like to avoid conflict, confrontations.
sure.
Like when usually in public type things, like I don't know, and I'm just trying to do my thing, and I really start beef with random pedestrians, so to speak.
hmm
So I just try to like avoid those situations in general. Like, how would you like say
I
for
it
yourself?
depends on the person for me. If it's somebody I want to have a relationship with, it does make me more uncomfortable than if I don't know you, you're a
Mm,
random person. Um, I was really agitated yesterday. So,
what do you
so
mean? So what
yesterday
happened yesterday?
it wasn't even confrontation, but it was more of like a tipping thing too, but it was
A tipping thing.
basically,
Okay,
the person taking our order didn't look up at me at all, and of course, we're going on a tangent, right? But he
good.
didn't look at me all, and then he's kind of focused and or being upset, maybe something happened, but he didn't even say, "Hello, welcome," like, "What can I get for you?" He was just and I was saying the order because I was, like, expecting him to say, like, "Welcome,"
Okay.
and he gave me a dirty look after. He was like, when you turn the iPad
Mm.
around? I was like, "No." Yeah, no,
No
it's
tip
him.
for your ass.
So, I mean, that was a little confrontational,
Would
kind
you
of.
really describe that as
Yeah,
a confrontation?
that was, like,
I don't know.
nonverbal confrontation. Maybe I'm wrong,
I
maybe I'm wrong. Confrontation
mean,
is more like
I
you're
mean, if
talking.
that's a confrontation for you, Hannah,
I'm
you're kind
sensitive.
of you're kind of coasting through life. You're like a sheltered little baby that's
No,
like, oh, the wind's harsh on my
you
lungs.
you
Yeah.
know, most of my
Uh,
confrontations have really been with either family or friends,
oh,
though.
sure.
Yeah, not like
Yeah.
random people or like bosses.
Well, I had a confrontation with a complete stranger, like a pretty wild
Dang, you
one.
were trying to beef up or something?
Well, no, they were trying to beef up.
Okay,
So, and I
do tell.
actually, this happened like months ago at this point.
That's probably a better
Um,
example of confrontation, though, guys.
what?
Like your version versus mine.
Oh,
Okay,
this,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry,
I
go
would
ahead,
say
go
this
ahead.
is definitely like up there. But yeah, this actually happened like months ago, and I wanted to share it with you on the pod, but I just totally like forgot.
Mhm.
Um, basically, I was doing my day job. I do like food delivery, and I was just waiting in this like kind of like on the street. I wasn't waiting like directly from someone's house, but sort of like on the side.
Okay.
It was like in a residential area, but I wasn't like I was next to like a wall. It was a big wall, and there was a house like there's houses on the side of it, but I
Mhm.
wasn't like directly in front of people's house. I was just waiting because I like to wait in like residential areas for my food orders
Yeah.
because well, first of all, there was shade. And it was like hot as balls. And I like the shade. And I like to be there instead of like, because usually in parking lots, there's like no shade. And there's also usually some odd characters. So I'm like, I like to just chill in the residential areas, where I wait for orders, right? And then as I'm waiting there, this older gentleman pulls up and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just waiting for like I'm just doing DoorDash, bro." And he's
Okay.
like, Why are you here?" And I'm like, "I'm just waiting for orders." And he basically just kept like pressing on. Like
Mhm.
he's like, "Why are you waiting here? There's a restaurant." So I'm like, I just like to wait here, man. Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm just chilling right here. And like I said, like where I'm waiting, it's like a long wall. Like I said, I'm not really, but I'm like to the side of his house, but I'm not like in front. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
feel like I was pretty justified
What
because I'm
area
just
was
like,
this?
it was in like the orange area,
Yeah.
like near Elmo,
Mm.
a bunch of white folk. It was a white gentleman. I will make
Sure.
that clarification.
Okay.
Although you could probably already tell just by his tone. But anywho's, but yeah, he just kept pressing. We were honestly like there, like he's just in the middle of the road. I'm on the park for like 5 minutes. Like he just keeps pressing, being like, "Why are you here? Go away!" Like, and I'm like, "Nah, dude. Like, I don't want to go away. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong." And eventually, at one point, he just says like, "All right, I'm gonna take care of this," and he just kind of drives off. And I'm like, "Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I was a little because you know in Orange there's a lot of gun toting people. I was a little worried he was gonna like walk back out like gunslinging, like let's duel, or not even let's duel, but he just like a get off my lawn type
Mhm.
thing. Even though again, I'm not in his lawn, I'm just in the street.
W
But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna stay here in my car. Oh yeah, he also kept accusing me of like he kept saying, oh yeah, why do you have people in your back seat? And I'm like, dude, I don't have boxes. I'm like, I literally turned on my light. I'm like, those are boxes, dog. Those are not people. It's like, no, I see that person by the. I'm like, that's my dog, bro. I got my pug in the back seat. Like he just kept like,
Going on,
accusing
yeah.
me of things. Like, and I'm like, dog, like you are clearly wrong. I'm clearly not doing that. Like he kept saying I had people hiding in the back of my car. Like, no, I got my dog and some boxes, dude. Like I'm not like he was
Yeah.
saying that like over and over, and
Okay.
I'm like, anywho. So
Older
yeah,
folks sometimes they're not there.
uh, no, he wasn't that old. He was like
Hmm.
mid 40s, 50s, maybe. But I said older, Hannah. Why do you have to
Okay.
assume he was an old fart, Hannah? Seems a little ageist of you. I just want I'm a little
No,
problematic.
I'm just saying
I'm just
cognitive decline in older folk, you know? And also, okay,
sure,
recently I've been thinking like a lot of people have personality disorders that are undiagnosed, dude.
sure. Well, I don't
Like I mean, people with that like they're like able
know.
they're
Yeah,
easier to be aroused, like
I mean, God knows
agitated.
I'm running around with mental illnesses, just running amok. I'm just undiagnosed. I'm just
Yeah.
festering on the world. No, but I mean, well, I don't think it was necessarily like cognitive decline in his. I just think he just wanted to like
He wanted
find
to
a reason.
tussle.
He
Yeah.
wanted to find a reason to kick me out, like make me gone. He's like, "Oh, you're doing something wrong, therefore you should leave." He was trying to find the reason,
Mhm.
even though I wasn't. I'm literally doing nothing at all
Sure.
illegal. I get why it would look shady, and this kind of goes into like later in the story because the story and doesn't end there. So I'm gonna, yeah. So he basically comes back, and like I said, I'm like, I see him walking,
Mhm.
and I'm a little worried that he's packing heat. I'm not
Yeah.
packing heat in my car. But then he just takes a pic of like the back of my car. I'm like, okay, he's probably gonna like tell the police. Like, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't like what are they gonna do? They're probably gonna pull up and just ask me questions. And then I kind of yell like a smirking mark. I'm like, it really protecting the neighborhoods, dog. Like I just
Uh-huh.
kind of yelled at him because I'm like, whatever. And then he like come because he was about to walk away, but then he comes back and then we kind of just start yelling at each other now, like from the sidewalk to the like I'm in my car, he's on the sidewalk, like yelling, and we're just kind of going back and forth, honestly, for like more, like because I just keep being like,
Just to
yeah,
egg
because I'm
on.
just like, dude, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong?
Oh my
Like I'm
gosh.
just here chilling, right? And then eventually, at some point, he says something along the lines of, you know, I don't even remember what he said exactly, but it kind of like I kind of realized, okay, this guy lives here, he's in his house. And I kind of think about it, I'm like, if I had like a house, or if I just
Mhm.
if it's my own place and I see someone parked
In front of your
like near
house?
my
Yeah.
house like throughout the whole day, I would be like shady. I would be like, what is that guy doing? So then
Right.
I kind of started to see it from his like
Mhm.
because in this situation, I feel like it's not like a because I feel like we're both right. Or like we're both valid. Whereas like me, I know I'm not doing anything wrong. I know I'm just there just waiting to do work.
Yeah.
And I kept telling that. I'm like, dude, I literally kept saying to him, like, I'm like, dude, I'm just a hardworking citizen like you trying to make a living, and you have beef with that. I literally said that to him, and he's like, no, blah blah. But yeah, so I feel like I was right, but I also feel like he's right. It's like, yeah, if you see someone, like I said, I'm not directly
A
parked outside of
random
his
person,
house.
yeah,
Yeah, parked right.
close
And also,
by.
this was at like the evening time. It was around like 8. So it was like after sunset. So it's like at night too. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean
it's like
circumstances.
I get it. I would also be like, who is this guy?
Right.
What is he doing? Why is he here at night? So then eventually I'm like, you know what? He's like, no, I don't tell me what. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Listen, I'm gonna go. Like I just told him that. I'm like, you know what? I told him like, I get it.
It's like it would be funny is like if you said, "I'm gonna go," and then you just park across the street.
Dude, no. Listen. I thought about it because I definitely could have kept like being petty,
Yeah,
being like
it sounded a little
keeping it
petty
along.
though.
Like, no, like I saw like two ways out. Either I felt like I could like just keep like being like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want because I'm not doing
Mhm.
anything wrong, or I could just be like, you know what, let's just not do this, right? There's no reason for this fight, right? So yeah, I kind of tell him like, you know what, dog, like I get it. And then like as soon as I said that, he instantly went from like berserk mode to like, okay. Like he was like super like chill.
Yeah.
Like he was even just like, then he like started like kind of leaning back against my car. Then we were just kind of talking. I kid you not. We started just talking for like 5-10 minutes.
Like, "Oh, what are you doing for"
No, sort of.
like,
No, because I was sort of like, you know what, I get it, blah blah blah. And then he was like, yeah, you know what, I'm sorry, like
"You
for like
apologize."
overreacting. Yeah, he
Okay.
was like, listen, I'm not doing it because of you. There's just a lot of people, blah blah blah. I'm like, we were just kind of like going like that. And then eventually, yeah, at one point I learned his name. His name was John. We even shook
Bye,
hands. Yeah.
John.
And I was like, but then we just kind of like started like shooting the shit for a little bit. And then I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, man, like I get it. And then I was like, if I were you, if I had, I would probably react the same way. You know what I mean? I would
Yeah.
think the same thing if I were in his shoes, right? So eventually I was like, yeah, and then I was like, yeah, I get it. I'll go
Mhm.
somewhere else, dude. And then that was that.
So working out, like, that scenario, do you think that there's anything you could improve?
Well, honestly, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm not saying that I'm a perfect being, but I felt like I chose the best because I feel like often when you find yourself in these like confrontations or arguments, like there's like two paths, right? There's either like not like because and I feel like it's our natural human instinct to want to continue to prove ourselves as right. Like we want to be
Mhm.
the ones who are right, we're above the other. So
Mhm.
like that first path is like standing your ground, even if maybe like you're wrong, or maybe not like you're wrong, but it's like, hey, the other person is also valid too.
Mhm.
But yet you're still gonna be like, no, I'm gonna keep fighting and like proving myself to be the only right one. So it's like that's one route. Then the other route is just sort of be like, hey, you know what? Let's just either like agree to disagree or like, hey, you know what? I see your point. I acknowledge blah blah blah. Let's not. There's no point in us arguing, right?
Yeah.
You can either keep just arguing in circles, getting nowhere, or you could try to at least like come to some sort of like re- resolution, And then
Mhm.
I feel like, yeah, like our human instinct and what most people drive to is that first path, right? The former of just like you want to be right so bad. It's our human instinct to want to be right. We want to be the smart one, right?
Mhm.
We want to be the only valid one. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I feel like at some point, when applicable, because obviously there's a lot of competitions where you are like the other
In the
person's just
wrong.
being, or no, I'm saying the other person that they're just being dumb and starting to fight.
Oh.
You see a lot of this like in where you shouldn't like stand down.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like more often than not, people will find themselves situations where it's like, hey, there's no reason to start this long drawn out confrontation that could lead to more problems, right?
Mhm.
I don't know. What are your thoughts, Hannah?
My thoughts are if it is important, if I know that they're in the wrong, I don't entertain it. But if it's,
Sure.
like, up the petty part of me, like, eggs them on a little bit, just kinda
Yeah.
like what you did. But as I am, I guess, growing
I didn't egg him
older
on that
I
long.
know, because you only said that one comment,
What?
right?
Oh yeah, that was like the only
You're
time where I was
protecting
really
him.
like being a snarky little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean
But you know what's funny? If I didn't say that, we wouldn't have gone to a resolution because he would have just walked away.
uh-huh.
And who knows what would happen after that. If I
Yeah.
didn't say that comment, he wouldn't have walked back and we
Mhm.
wouldn't have gotten there. You know what I mean? So maybe sometimes being a little smart ass can be for the greater good.
Yeah, I kinda just shut that stuff down immediately. Usually, it's like I go for the logical route, but it also I mean, it depends on the person. It depends if, like,
Sure.
it's a
What
long-term
do
relationship
you think
or
you would
a
have done in
stranger.
my shoes?
Um, typically if I know that, like, I'm in the wrong and I'm not saying that you were in the wrong, but I'm saying, like, if I usually see it from the other side first, and then
Okay.
I'm like, either, like, you're wrong or I'm wrong.
Hmm.
Yeah, so then I kinda gauge it. Um, in your situation, I wouldn't have, like, made the petty remark, because for me, like, immediately, like, I'm just like, "Okay, go." Like, it's not worth my time to be confrontational with them.
Really?
Yeah. I don't usually am like I don't really fight back. And there are people who do like enjoy that and or like they don't care where they
Yeah,
they
they
go
just
off for just to tussle.
they just like revel in it, the
Yeah.
bask, and I can
I mean,
respect that.
when I
I'm not
actually
into that.
I think about like there's some like never mind. I was gonna insult people. I was gonna
What?
insult.
No, no,
They're
no, no,
just like
go on. We're here.
just like really fierce like fierce like women, you know, on like
Okay, you can go.
uh
Just you proceed.
I just yeah, anywho, just like I feel like also like women make them like they argue more like to random strangers. Maybe because I'm around a lot of women, like
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have
uh
a. I can't really say one way or the other. I
yeah.
feel like.
I've had like family members like just like tussle with strangers all the time. And for like really stupid petty things. Like maybe your shopping cart was like pushing up against your
Yeah.
like like I've seen confrontation, it's and then maybe with road rage, it's more of like
mm,
a man thing.
no, I think road rage is universal where
Yeah.
everyone gets
Mm.
sparked up on the road. Although I've tried to line up, but I still get sparked up once in a while.
No,
I feel like
dude.
road rage is universal, dude. Everyone gets mad. I don't know. I
Most of
don't
the
know.
times it's guys in like BMWs and I have like a
Um,
vendetta against
you know
like
what? You know
BMW
what?
drivers actually.
I have been flipped up once by a guy, so maybe you're onto something.
When I mean, when I see that though, I'm just like thumbs down. I literally like or if they're driving bad, I
You're like
literally
you're being
honk
naughty,
out.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
in your situation, I just would have just like stopped. I would have been like,
You would just been like, smell you later.
yeah.
No, I was. I don't know. For
It
me,
de-
it's like
it depends on my mood too.
honestly, I kind of also was like, in a
Man, I'm getting a
sense,
headache.
I always figured the situation would happen because yeah, like as someone who I wait. Like I said, I don't like to wait in. I don't wait in like the neighborhoods, but I wait in like the general residential area. Like, you know what I'm talking about, the area
Yeah.
of like the Elmo area of
Yeah,
New
yeah.
Orleans. You know what I'm talking about. Um, I always figured eventually at one point someone would probably go up to and be like, "Bro, what are you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm like, well, but I feel like I always reflect it. I would just be like, "Hey, I'm doing DoorDash. I can show you. I have my bag.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for it." They'll be like, "Oh, okay, I can get it." You
Mm-hmm.
know. But like I didn't expect him to be trying to be like, "Well, there's our restaurants around here." I'm like, "Well, no shit, and I'm nuts." Like, yeah, no fucking shit. But I want to
You
wait in
know,
parking. There's no shade in parking lots, dude. Like,
if somebody responded to me like that, I would actually kind of laugh it off and then just go.
what?
If somebody just said like what you said, I would be
Oh.
like, you know what, you got a point. I'm gonna go back into my house.
No, I think he might have actually pulled out a gun if I said that. Fuck all the nuts.
uh,
But yeah, I don't know. We kind of need to wrap this episode up a little shorter than usual because we got stuff to do. We got host to meet. I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
No, no.
We don't have host to meet. But
I wanted to ask. So basically, how do we deal with confrontation? One,
make snarky remarks.
I skipped that part. You can if you want.
It led to resolution for me.
Not all the time, but
Well,
yes.
so far 1 for 1. Therefore, 100%. The statistics
Statistics
don't
add
lie.
up. They add up. Okay.
Step number 2.
Step number 2 is
Call them numbnuts. As
Gabe.
you just said. You said I would have done that. I would have laughed it off and gone away. Therefore, you're validating my point.
Anywho,
Step number 3.
step number 3 is to evaluate, is it worth it? Is it worth like the conflict with that person?
I mean, if you want to be like reasonable and lame, sure.
Anywho, and then
Step number 4.
step number 4 is to really sit them down and or, ask them like what is the problem and see their other side.
I like
See their side.
like my choices. I'm just kidding. You're right. I'm pretty
What
much
else?
did.
What else is after that?
After that, you buy them a nice dinner. And then and then you leave before you pay the bill, leaving them with a bill.
Gabe obviously is the more funny one between us, so
Oh, am I?
yeah.
I feel like I'm being annoying, but
a little bit.
Thanks. See, you're funny too. It's not just, it's both of us, dude.
Okay. But, like, okay, let's just like a friend. Like, if you had an issue with a friend, you have to weigh it out to
Oh,
see if it's
with the
important.
friend, yeah,
Yeah, you have
dude.
to see. I mean, those are like obviously with a stranger and with somebody you find
Yeah.
importance different, and that's why it kind of branches off right there.
I feel like we gotta save this for next step because this is like a whole with a
Mm,
friend.
it's
I,
only
I got I got
one.
stuff. It's already
Okay,
one.
yeah.
Oh, I got. All right. Thank you very much for watching, listening, all that good stuff. David,
Yeah, wait, we have to keep up with the quotes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency, structure.
Yes, you're so right, Hannah. It's already one. That's gnarly.
Because you were, I
Anywho,
mean, I thought we were going to like, I thought you were leaving here at like 4.
no.
I know, and you just told me you want to go out at 2. How to do it?
Well, honestly, I didn't really about even earlier than that. Yeah.
Okay. Any good ones?
Wait, hold on. Well, you're scrolling past them, man. Cannot.
That like
All right,
lightning
I like
speed.
this one. I'm not afraid of confrontation. It doesn't have to be an argument. We all have a voice, and they're all worth listening to. Wow.
Yeah, there's no numbnuts in there at all.
So okay, well, my quote
Just gotta
has
check
numbnuts.
again.
My quote has numbnuts. But thank you very much for watching, and be back again.
Bye, guys.